Greetings and welcome to the NewsRamp Industry and Manufacturing Podcast. I'm your host, Max Newsman, delighted to have you with us as we explore today's top stories. At newsramp.com, we curate business news from the best newswires, bringing you the most relevant updates. Before we dive in, just a quick heads up. While AI assists in producing this podcast and generating the voices, the news stories are all real. You can read the full articles on newsramp.com. Today is Sunday evening, August 24th, 2025, and we have a great mix of industry and manufacturing headlines lined up for you. So whether you're on the go, working out, or just relaxing, stay with us as we get started. Here's our first headline.
White House backs away from equity stakes in TSMC Micron. The Trump administration is pushing for equity stakes in some U.S. chipmakers receiving CHIPS Act funding, but will avoid Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Co. and Micron Technology, Inc. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick stated that the government may pursue up to a 10% stake in Intel Corp., arguing that taxpayers deserve a share of the profits. While the Biden administration limited subsidies to grants, President Trump wants equity tied to federal support. TSMC, a key supplier to Apple and Nvidia, committed to $100 billion in new U.S. investments, with Micron also expanding its U.S. manufacturing plans. TSMC executives have discussed returning subsidies if forced to give up equity. The Commerce Department awarded significant funding to TSMC, Micron, and Samsung to boost domestic chip production, with much of the program's budget remaining unspent. Stock prices for TSMC, Micron, and Intel saw varied movements in response to the news.
Thank you for joining us today. That's it for this episode of the NewsRamp Industry and Manufacturing Podcast. As a reminder, NewsRamp curates news from leading newswires like Newsworthy.ai, 24-7pressrelease.com, NewsDirect.com, and BlockchainWire.io. We encourage you to visit newsramp.com to read all of today's news.